Today is day 3 of working with my Mustang, and today we're going to work with the halter. So you may have seen this from videos. I think I made a video last fall fishing for a Mustang or something. I'm basically going to be doing the same thing. I'm going to start with walking up to him, petting and approaching, kind of where we left off yesterday, using this stick to touch him as well, and then I'm going to tie this halter to the stick. Now I did come in this morning and I walked up to him and I pet his head and kind of left off, tried to pick up where we left off. So it might be a little bit of a different approach right now, especially because I didn't have the stick this morning. Good boy. But we're just gonna try to be basically as normal as we were, good boy, from when we took that tag off yesterday. I know. All over again. It's like it happens every single day. Yeah, that's it. You big brave boy. Good. I'm definitely not displeased with how quick I can get to the point of rubbing his face again. He's still wary about it every couple of times when I'm touching it, but for the most part, I mean, I can get here pretty fast. So it's important that I can pet kind of up over here because this is where my hand is going to be for tying, good boy, that halter on. So I'm going to go ahead and get this halter on the end of this rope real quick. There may be an easier way to do it with this guy. He doesn't seem like, yeah, he's a little bit flighty, but again, I want him to know he has that escape route rather than not. But I think this can be done fairly easily with him. Good boy. Especially because the lack of like sensitivity on his face and to things touching his face. Like I don't think, I mean, we might have a couple runoffs, but I don't think it's too much of an issue, honestly. I think the biggest thing is going to be getting it to be tied. I know. I'm messing around with it quite a bit. It is nice that he's not uber sensitive with his face. Good boy. Because then you got to work through a bunch of different like desensitizing. Good boy. I mean, the fact that I can put a second hand up here right now is pretty cool. I think the biggest issue is I need that knot to be further up on him, and he's not going to be comfortable with 2 hands in that position. There we go. I just had to remember how to do it with 1 hand again. Good boy. Good boy. And then all we got to do is tighten it up a little bit more. Good boy. Good boy. Sorry for the lack of words as I was doing that. I was really trying to focus in on what we were doing. So now I'm going to attach this rope. I'm going to attach a shorter rope, not a big long one like the one I was using around his neck yesterday, because I don't want him to necessarily get tangled up in it. I just want him to be able to kind of feel the pressure of it. And one thing that I want to work on with this rope before putting it on him is this little snap. I'm going to stand a little further away from him and open and close it so we can get used to that sound, because at some point, usually you can put it on fairly gently, but then taking it off, good boy, is a little bit more of a problem. And if he were to move right now as I'm messing around with this, I do not hang on. I definitely let him go. Yeah? Is that a little clip you can play with? Good job. You want to come walk? And if he were to rip out of my hands right now, I'm not going to hold on. This rope isn't long enough for this size pen for me to have him feel comfortable and safe at the distance I'm at with him, and vice versa. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, that's pretty smart. Pretty smart kid. Good boy. So right there, when he was thinking about pulling away, I like that he reconsidered, and then I wasn't going to ask any more of him. I wasn't going to ask him to walk that direction with me still, because I feel like that's a little bit setting him up for failure. I want to be mindful of his comfortability right now, but also ask him to just test himself a little more, not too much. Good boy. All right. I am about ready, good, to put that rope down and see how we feel about snakes. Oh, he's so cute. All right, I'm gonna leave the camera at the angle it's at right now because he might get to rocking and rolling. I'm gonna push him around some, so I'm sure that will have something to do with him rocking and rolling. But yeah, let's find out his reaction to giving to pressure in that way and a rope dragging. So I don't want to push him super heavy or anything. And he can go whatever direction he wants right now. So far, the 2 times he's stepped on it with his hind end, he's wanted to face up to me. I really like everything that he's doing right now as far as with it getting a little bit like around his hind end. He's not kicking at it. He's not being super unreasonable. Good boy. He says, I thought we were friends. Why are you pushing me now? Something that I want to be mindful of here too is this is kind of our first step in round penning and understanding how to move forward off of pressure in a healthier way. I want to make sure that I am correctly sequencing my cues. So body language, point, cluck, and then stick. I don't want to get lazy about that and start teaching him the wrong thing. Good boy. Then we're going to look a little bit at that offside, which might be a little uncomfortable for him. Good boy. Again, right now, unless it's in a dangerous way, I'm not going to nitpick him for turning that butt towards me. He's simply getting more comfortable on this offside. There you go, good boy. Good boy. So you guys probably couldn't see that one. He stepped on it pretty good right then and then backed up from it. You're a smart kid. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see him. Get on. This is the part that's a little worrisome. I'm making noise smacking him with the stick right now, lightly. Good. Yeah, good choice. So he goes into that freeze state where his biggest concern, there you go, buddy, is me and my presence. But I need him to respond to the tool. I could easily get him to move by me taking another like half step forward towards him. That was good. I really like overall though what I'm seeing. Not kicking out. The couple times he has stepped on it, he's given to it immediately. Good boy. I'll probably leave him with this on for maybe like 30 minutes to an hour. And then I will basically come, take it off, do a little bit more work of something else with him. You're a good boy. Yeah, you are. I know. All the pressure is taken away. You don't have to move right now. I do need you to step up though so I can get your rope. There's a couple good more steps on that rope right then. Good boy. That was more the reaction that I'm looking for, is him to give a little bit more when pressure's put on that rope. Good boy. So what we might work on later is teaching him that I can rub a little bit further back on him. Good boy. And that pressure is going to be there if he starts to move. And I'm not going to ask anything unreasonable. Maybe touching both sides a little bit more, all the way back to the withers, at least on this left side of his. And my job as teaching him to lead is making sure that I give him release anytime he wants to even think about coming forward. That's a brave boy. He's so smart. You smart kid. So now I'm gonna go up, pet his face, and then leave him be for a little while.